to just give you a brief explanation of what the log function is and what it does for us in research. We tend to use the log function or the logarithmic function when you have some observations whose values of a variable are normal or low and other observations that are really large. And if you just use the normal variable in its normal units, your data will get skewed by those really large values. And so I can show you what this looks like. So for example, we will sort the data on land area, log of land area. We're going to make it from largest to smallest. So we'll just do this column right here, data, and we'll sort the whole sheet by column from smallest to largest. And you can see that we have a variety of sizes of our states, but Alaska is more than twice the size of Texas. Alaska is almost 4 times the size of California, and that can actually mess up our data, our analysis, if we're trying to understand what our data mean. So what the logarithmic function does is it takes a number and it transforms it into another number that has a relationship with the size of the old number, but is not at the same magnitude. So, and it's actually a really simple translation in the general sense. So if your initial observation has 2 digits in it, then your log of that number will be somewhere between 1 and 2, the number 1 and 2. And if your initial value has 4 digits in it, then the log of that number will be somewhere between the number 3 and 4. And if you get all the way down to Alaska, which is 570,000 square miles, that number has 6 digits. And so its log is between the number 5 and the number 6. And so you retain that sense that there are larger states and smaller states. You have a fairly systematic way of capturing that information, but you have data that's more manageable. And I'm just going to show you what each of these looks like as a chart. And so we're going to insert a chart just for our raw data. And what you see is you've got this outlier of Alaska that's just a really large state. But when you do the chart instead on the log of the value and you insert that, you get data that's grouped a little bit better together. You still have the sense of what is the smallest state and what is the largest state, and there's a systematic nature to how you transform to the variable, but you have data which is much more manageable. That is why we use the log variable.